Yeah, Daniel Green and Naomi King. Let me complete the triptych, which um, we've had the opening salvo, which was accusations of assault by Daniel King against Naomi King. We've had his reply, which was a very kind of legalistic, robotic, not meeting eyes with a camera reply, written probably something written for a lawyer for him from Daniel Green. We've had the kind of bizarre follow up video from Naomi King, which seemed to be an answer to all her worst critics, where she reenacted the assault done against her as she saw it. Released all sorts of various texts between them. Released a lot of a long letter between her and him, which I didn't read. I'm reacting, strictly reacting to the videos, and to be honest, I kind of dismissed a lot of the people who are like kind of innocent until proven guilty and all that sort of stuff. It's like, well, there's kind of a core thing of like, she said she was assaulted. We should believe that and support her. And, you know, Green can, if we're going to do it legally, he'll do it legally, or he'll, whatever. And, just kind of going like, she's definitely an imperfect, quote, victim, is how I was responding after the second one, which seems to be probably the most charitable position. A lot of other people backed away from her. The Wolves very much came for her, because she very much kind of started complicating the relationship between her and Green, in that there was some sort of a sugar baby kind of, they had more of a transactional relationship in some ways. Also, really painting Green as this kind of pathetic figure. And now, today, I woke up and there was yet another leaf in all this, and I'm really happy that, while I've done all my little reaction videos here, just working it out for myself, because it's just working out for myself because of my own experience with kind of stirring up a mob, what I thought was quite justified in the way, but finding out just how complicated and difficult and thorny this situation is. And while you should definitely support and believe people who come forward with accusations of a sexual assault, especially women against men in power, God, this unfortunately seems to have turned into a different situation. Woke up this morning and there was an apology to Daniel Green from Naomi King. Apology to him, to, what does she say? She says, I apologize to all victims of sexual assault. I apologize, because of my case will obviously be seen as a knock against people coming forward with actual charges of sexual assault. I apologize to Kayla, the fiance of Daniel Green, and I apologize to Daniel Green. And yes, at the same time as she's doing this apology, not same time, but a little bit later, Daniel Green had come out with his own video disputing and giving context for some of the things. He does not deny that he had an affair with Naomi King, but he does deny the charges of assault, sexual assault against her. And I mean, at this point, it's like, I'm sure anyone, it would take someone a lot smarter than me with a lot more access to information to be able to detangle this, to probably make a determination that way. I doubt very much there would ever be a determination against Daniel Green in this situation. And I think there's enough doubt and enough um, complications out of the mouth of Naomi King to cast this more as somebody who was very hurt that Daniel ended up going back to his girlfriend and then fiance, and that while she felt used from him, um, that that may not really rise to the level of sexual assault. Maybe it did. Maybe it does. Who knows? I sure the fuck don't know. And I'm pretty sure, uh, everyone has their, someone who is completely, if there's such a thing as someone who is completely unbiased and could pick this apart, I doubt very much that they will ever have the proper information and able to actually kind of figure this out. I listened to her letter, getting read out a letter that she wrote to Daniel Green before he came to Las Vegas, kind of outlining their situation together, which again paints a completely different color on how she characterized things at first, of like she going to New York, to Las Vegas, where the incidents, whatever, how they were, happened, where she insisted that they were going there just as friends, where it's very apparent that she didn't want them to be just friends. Which isn't to say that you can't get in it. You can say yes, 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 all the way up. But if there's suddenly you're in a situation, you're there in Las Vegas and you say no, and someone overrides that, that would still be assault. So, who the fuck knows? But um, so there's all that. It was very instructive to watch a lot of people who supported Naomi King come out with videos today apologizing to Daniel Green, saying, I am so sorry. I reacted emotionally, as I think I most definitely did, to Naomi King's initial video, because boy, there's something going on there. But, you know, come on, come on in. Psst, psst, psst. No, okay. You know, who knows? Who knows? But they apologized for publishing public videos that um, that condemned him, and that said, I stand with Naomi King, and I'm cutting off all things, and I felt strongly enough about this that I've made a video to point out her video, and that you should go watch her video, like magnified her, which is listening to and believing and supporting someone who's come forward with accusations of sexual assault, who through her own words and actions has discredited herself, really. Um, the most negative thing would be to say that she is a liar, um, or a fabulist. Um, there is such thing as she honestly believed, she says, if you could trust her anymore, she says she honestly believed she was doing the right thing, and she was coming forward with um, a story of her own trauma. Um, but um, there's coming forward with the story of your own trauma where you're making things up. And how much did she make up, and how much of this actually is that deleted video, the video that got deleted by YouTube for sexual content, which I'm not surprised, because it really graphically depicted sexual assault. It was her talking out beat by beat what she purports happened to her. It's just God. So yeah, a lot of people came out and, to their credit, just said, I was completely wrong. I believed her. I had emotional reaction. It overrode my judgment. sort of, it's what we're supposed to do nowadays. And it's like there are a lot of people just like, I should have waited. I should have waited and let the thing play out before I did this. If it would have played out, I don't know. I don't know. It's really messy. Um, a lot of really, really good-hearted people are probably left feeling like complete idiots and assholes. And a lot of assholes are left looking like, haha, we told you, proved innocent until proven guilty. You guys are all fuckheads and don't believe, when bitches be crazy come forward with stories, don't believe them. Wait until the proof comes out. But it's like, fuck sakes. Um, this is one of these bizarre, um, not edge cases, but I mean, this is the thing is, the next woman to come out, how many people will go, okay, I will take a breath, and I'm not going to be right there to support. It's going to really hurt um, people who've been sexually assaulted, which is fucking horrible. Fucking horrible. I mean, obviously, I fell for this completely. Which, I've got a lot of company. I've got a lot of good company in a way. Um, it's interesting to think of Brian Bookish, who did a video of Believe All Women, but he did not. He obviously was reacting to Daniel Green and Neil Gaiman and stuff like that, but he did not say, "Oh, this about." He wasn't proclaiming about this specific situation, and he did end that video by saying, "Don't attack the person who has been accused. Believe All Women means support the person who has spoken up, support them, help them." And I mean, God, I don't know what you can say about Naomi King. She needs help. She needs help. She doesn't deserve to be vilified. Well, she doesn't deserve to be harassed and hounded or anything like that. She deserves help, and I mean, part of that help might be some sort of restitution for her actions. Of that is a way to heal. Um, Obviously, that is not for me to put out. Um, and I mean, if anything, it's quite good and humbling because it's like you really don't know what the fuck's going on. Um, and our justice system, however imperfect it is a part of that, um, which is tough because the justice system is also used as a cudgel and a shield for a lot of abusers, um, who, justice ain't cheap. Uh, Powerful, rich people use that justice system to protect themselves from all sorts of nasty shit. So yeah, it's been a really good thing to do videos on because I have a recording of myself being like, Naomi, to what the fuck, Naomi, this is really unfortunate, you should not, to, oh, she's apologized and withdrawn and her charges, and um yeah, yeah, um Daniel Green, who's definitely an imperfect person, a fucked up person, um is definitely been shown in a whole light that I'm sure he's really wouldn't like wouldn't like, and done immense harm to him, to his fiance, to his career, to a lot of people around him, to just the general um, little mini culture in booktube of people who would like to do right, um, with people who do experience abuse. Um, Fortunately, it's been a very painful and painful learning experience. And I do I do. This is sort of, I think, for myself, because I'm this. There's only reason I'm doing this is to kind of talk out shit for myself. Um, is I think about my past actions of bringing forward charges against somebody who was harassing women, who I think, was harassing women online, being a little bit of a creep. Um, Not to the level of sexual assault, but just of being creepy and kind of that sort of stuff. And um, how much I'm a part of a sort of simplistic, simple-minded, moralistic mob that can rear up, and we can go after people in a very cut or dry kind of way for what is the extreme complexities of human existence, and extremely different ways that different people can look at the same situation. And frustrations born, which is obviously, like, the Me Too movement is obviously born out of the frustrations of a legal system that um, people feel is quite skewed towards males, towards protecting the accused, while um, re-traumatizing people who have already been traumatized. So yeah, it's um, it's a fucked up world, and we gotta live the. It's like, how do we live in it as people trying to do the right thing, and trying to do it in a way that is um, not simplistically moralistic, that is not just condemning without thoughtfulness, which is what I did. Um, it's not so easily manipulated, as unfortunately uh, Naomi King was a good storyteller. She told a good story, and BookTube loves a good story. And someone as awkward and kind of inauthentic presenting as Daniel Green can be, I think that's probably, I have to admit my own bias on that, is is you know is um it's then it's very easy to have that confirmation bias approved. Whereas you have the people that I call assholes, men's rights, innocent until proven guilty dudes, who have their bias, which is don't believe women, have their bias. Um, they're immune to a crying woman. It's like we have crying women all the time. It's like they're crying for a reason, but they were immune to that, so were unmoved by this. That, I thought, made them completely callous. Um, I don't think we should all become that. Um, but it's a kind of a nasty lesson of of honoring someone's emotions, while maybe at the same time not letting those emotions sway how you're going to react to a situation, how you're going to act in a situation. But, like, we're emotional creatures. How do you not? I don't know. I don't know. It's something I'm probably going to revisit. And I think I have to leave it right there at the moment, because this has just been so difficult to wrap my head around, um, that it's worth thinking about. Um, you know, if I'd had any platform, if I'd had any responsibility. I mean, I started this off saying, like, oh, good, I don't have any platform, I don't have any responsibility. This has already been told. This has already been told really well by Naomi King. I don't need to add my voice. She's been boosted already. I don't need to do anything. Like, if I'd felt like I had to, if I had anything like that, I would have done the exact same thing that all these other well-meaning duped people did. I would have publicly put my voice forward. Um, if you had a certain amount of standing in a community, you'd feel pressured to come forward with a statement in support, or else you'd be seen as the social pressure. You'd be seen as somebody who is standing with the abuser, the abuser, the accused abuser. Um, so, fuck, fuck. Like, how do you get around that without joining the fucking men's um, right wing, um, misogynistic assholes? Where's the ground? Where's the ground for being clear-eyed enough to go, no, you know, I'll support her, but I'm not going to. Um, how do you do that? How do you do that? What does that look like? What is that? Not just withdrawal, cowardly withdrawal, um, and when's to make the risk, the jump, to say, okay, I'm going to be fully in this camp, come what may, even though I wasn't there. I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. Um, yeah, yeah. So, but hats off to the people who did make their apologies videos about this situation. And I don't know if this is my own. No one's seen this. No one's going to see this apology to uh, jumping to conclusions. But it's like, okay, here I am. I fucked up. Here is my own. I jumped to conclusions. I was swayed. I believed her. I believed her, and I believed her gullibly and foolishly. And um, I don't want to be a. I don't. It's like, but how do you do stuff without having to become fucking detective Sherlock Holmes every time something like this comes up, and I guess you realize exactly how much work you would have to do to come out with something, like how much you would have to come out with, and how long that would take. um, and realize in this kind of situation that the mob wants instant justice, and you've got to detach yourself and say it's not never instant. It's got to be measured. It's got to be, you got to take your time, and being able to kind of take that time might be a part of wisdom in this. Is like, yeah, everyone's calling for blood instantly. Let's pause and wait. It's not me supporting anyone, not me saying anyone's a liar. That's just me saying we need to gather and hear. We need to hear things out. And if we can't get things to hear out and stuff like that, then if we don't have the information, then we don't have anything to say. Yeah, which is not something that, if you're a person online making videos, is something that makes any that is not something that is good for your, probably is not, it goes against the ethos of this whole place. So there's that. All right, I'm going to leave it there. More videos later.